Welcome student in our today's online section of subject advanced manufacturing processes. Today we are going to see this chapter number 1, which is special forming processes. In this special forming processes we are going to see the various processes through which we are going to get the desired size and shape of the metal workpiece. Okay, so here we are going to start this. What is this metal forming? So metal forming, it is a very important manufacturing operation as it has got many advantages such as cost effectiveness, then enhancement in mechanical properties. So this metal forming is very important process. Then metal for it having applications in automotives, then aerospace, then defense and other industrial applications. Okay, actually this is the sheet metal forming operations, but before this sheet metal of operations we are have to study the various processes there. You can see this is a stretch forming, how we are going to form. So this is our this is the workpiece, and we are using this tool here to get this shape like this. So this is the stretch forming process of sheet metal here. Here you can see this is the explosive forming process. So here in this explosive forming we are going to use the shock waves which are produced by the explosion, and by using this explosion we are going to get this desired metal form here. So here you can see this is the workpiece. This is the workpiece here. So you can see this is the workpiece here, and above this workpiece we kept it inside a container and kept explosion there above on it, and when the explosion explode by pushing some button here, this after the explosion there is a production of the shock waves, and these shock waves when strikes on this workpiece it falls inside the cavity and get the size and shape of this cavity, and we get the forming here. Okay, so this is the explosive forming processes. Okay. So this forming processes having again types here. First one is the bulk forming, second one is the sheet forming, third one is the powder metal forming, and last one is the special forming processes. These special forming processes are the high energy rate forming processes. We simply call this as HERF. High energy rate forming means processes which are carried out at high energy. I show you the explosive forming process, it comes under the high energy rate forming process. Then powder metal forming, here we are going to use you already familiar with this term powder metallurgy. We are going to manufacture the metal components here by using the metal powder, so it is comes under metal forming. And if we perform various operation on the sheets like sheet drawing, blanking, punching, bending, then it comes under the sheet forming process. And here it is the bulk forming process. Here we are going to use the cast ignite to shape such as bars, sheets, plates, tube. It is primary operation inside the bulk forming. And if we are performing operation like forging, extrusion, drawing, straightening, sizing, it comes under the secondary operation of the bulk forming process here. Now here we are going to see this. You guys already familiar with this bulk forming, sheet forming and powder forming, but here we are going to study this special forming processes. So what is this special forming processes? Special forming methods have been developed to form parts made up of new temperature, resistance, high strength material that requires processing in short production runs and often could not be formed by conventional method. Okay students, so the parts which could not be formed by the conventional methods, we are going to use this special forming processes there to manufacture or to form them. So special Forming processes are broadly classified into two. First one is the high energy rate forming process, and second one is the high velocity forming process. So here we are going to see what is this high energy rate forming. So high energy rate forming involves a very high order of the rate of energy flow for a very short interval of time. This high energy rate forming process works on the principle that kinetic energy of a moving body is proportional to the square of its velocity, and therefore significant amount of energy is supplied by relatively smaller body moving at high speed. This high energy speed forming are generally categorized as explosive forming, electrohydraulic forming, and magnetic pulse forming method. The principle and importance of feature of this high energy rate forming is that the energy of deformation is delivered with higher rate as compared to the conventional practices. High amount of energy is applied for short interval of time. Large parts can be easily formed by these techniques. By using this high energy rate forming, we can form the large parts. Next is the for many metals, the elongation to fracture increases with strain rate beyond the usual metal working range until a critical strain rate is achieved. It increases the strain rate in proportional to the increasing temperature. Here strain rate is the plastic deformation which comes inside this metal is directly proportional to the increase in the temperature. High strain rate causes yield point to appear in the test or experimental settle. After yield point we get this plastic deformation, and whenever we want to forming, then at that time this yield point and plastic deformation are the important terms. So here in case of this high energy rate forming processes, we are going to use explosives, and here we are going to see the process variables which bear importance during this high energy rate forming processes. The first important parameter is the type and amount of explosive. So here what we are going to do, we are going to use the shock waves which are created by the explosion, and this shock waves when strikes to the metal workpiece, this workpiece collapse inside this die or cavity and get this size of this die here. Okay, so during this process the important parameter, first one is the type of explosive we are going to use and the amount of this explosive. Okay. Second is the stand-off distance. The stand-off distance means the distance between the workpiece and the explosion. Here you can see. Stand-off distance means the distance between the workpiece and the explosion. Here, this workpiece and explosion distance between them is the stand-off distance. Third one is the medium used to transmit energy. Normally between this we kept the water, so medium of transfer of energy is water here, but instead of water you can use another transferring medium also, and it also bears importance in the as an important parameter in this explosive high energy rate forming processes. Then work size, work material properties, and vacuum in the die also bears important. Then what is the advantages? It is having high production rate, then its tolerance can be easily maintained, versatility in the process, then production cost is low, minimum spring back effect on the material after the process, complex shapes and profiles which cannot be easily made with the conventional process can be made by using the high energy rate forming process. Then here disadvantages of high energy rate forming process. It requires a highly skilled persons are required, then it transient stresses of high magnitude are applied on the work. It is not suitable for the brittle material. Then application of this high energy rate forming is that it is in built-in radar dishes. We are going to use this high energy rate forming. Then crimping of metal strips. Then in shipbuilding up to thickness of 25 mm. So here we are going to see the explosive forming. This explosive forming is again of the two type, confined system and unconfined system. So what is this confined and unconfined explosive? When this explosive is kept at some difference from this workpiece, we called it as a unconfined explosive system. And when this explosion is directly placed on the metal workpiece, at that time it become a confined explosion system. So what is this confined system? The system is also known as contact technique, which works on the pressure pulse or shock waves. The pressure pulse or shock waves produced in directly contact with the workpiece, hence the energy is directly applied to the work without any transmit medium, forces the workpiece into the die. It required to create a vacuum in between the die and workpiece, otherwise the trapped air will be subjected to virtual adiabatic compression, resulting in very high temperature which can burn or melt the workpiece or die. Here you can see this is the pipeline, which is the vacuum. So inside this cavity we need to create the vacuum, otherwise what will happen? Otherwise this air which get trapped inside this cavity will be get overheated and causes the burning of this metal workpiece. So that's why we are going to use this vacuum, and we are going to remove this air inside this cavity. The system is usually used for a small and tabular parts for flaring and bludgeoning operation. Then advantages: this entire shock waves in front is utilized as there is no loss in water more efficiently as compared to other. Here again they are provided. Then we are going to see this unconfined explosive forming. Here this is the unconfined explosive forming. This is the die. Here you can see this die, then workpiece is placed on it. Here this for creation of the vacuum pump, we connect it to create the vacuum inside this cavity. Here we keep the explosives at some distance from this workpiece, so we name it as unconfined explosive forming. So it is the unconfined system. The system is used for forming large parts from very thin sheet metal up to large ship plates up to 25 mm thick. This method is widely used for many years in the shipbuilding. Okay. The only difference between confined and unconfined system is that in unconfined system we place this explosive material at some distance from the workpiece, and in case of this confined type we directly place this explosive material on the workpiece. Here you can read, in explosive forming involves use of explosive charge to form a sheet metal into a die cavity. One method is implementing the process is illustrated in the figure. The work part is clamped and sealed over the die, and vacuum is created in the cavity beneath. The apparatus is then placed in a large vessel of water and explosive charge placed in the water at a certain distance above the work. Detonation of the charge results in the shock waves, which energy is transmitted by the water to cause rapid forming of the part into the cavity. The size of explosive charge and the distance at which it is placed above the part largely a matter of art and experience. Explosive forming resort for large parts typical of the aerospace industry. Here the shock waves, if efficiently transmitted through the water and energy is transmitted effectively on work. The less noise is created. These are the advantages of this high energy rate forming process. Then less probability of damage to the work, economical when compared to the other forming processes is the advantages of this explosive high energy rate forming processes. Then disadvantages are, it is optimum stand-off distance is essential for the proper forming. Optimum stand-off distance means the distance between the workpiece and the explosive. So it should be optimum, otherwise it will not produce the proper forming. Then vacuum is again important for effective forming. The explosive must be carefully handled to regulation of government. Shock absorbing capacity of die should be high. Then the next is electro-hydraulic forming. So here the simply electro-hydraulic forming process is discussed here. So here I am going to explain. This electro-hydraulic forming it's the process in which a shock waves to deform the material work from a into a die cavity is generated by discharge of electrical energy between two electrodes. So previously we are going to use the energy of the explosion, but here we are going to use the energy from the discharge of two electrodes. Okay. When these two electrodes is submerged into a transformation fluid, which is generally water, owning its principle of operation, this process is called electric discharge forming. So what is here in electric discharge forming? We are going to use the electric spark which is created between the two electrodes which are submerged inside the fluid, and because of this creation of the spark, the shock waves are developed, and using these shock waves the forming process is carried out. That's why we name it as a electro-hydraulic forming. The setup of the process is illustrated in the figure. Here you can see. Here you can see this is the setup for electro-hydraulic forming. Here are the two electrodes which are submerged inside the fluid. Here these electrodes are connected to the electric circuit here, where the high voltage is generated, and when this high voltage between two electrodes is generated, it creates the spark. Here you can see, here it is the die, and on this die we kept our workpiece which is clamp. The cavity between the workpiece and the die is vacuumed here by using the vacuum pump. Okay. So when this electric spark is generated between these two electrodes, it causes the creation of the shock waves, and because of the shock waves the workpiece gets collapsed into this cavity, and we get its electro-hydraulic forming. Okay. The electric energy is accumulated in large capacitor and then release the electrodes. Electro-hydraulic forming is similar to the explosive forming. The difference in this method of generating the energy and smaller amount of energy that are released. This limits the electro-hydraulic forming to much smaller part size. So what is happening there in explosive forming? We cannot control the process of production of the shock, but here in electro-hydraulic forming we can control this production of the shock waves. So for the small parts we can use the electro-hydraulic forming process, and for the large parts we need to use the explosive forming process. Both the processes are quite similar, but difference is only the production of the shock waves. So here our topic is ending here. From the next section we will see about this electromagnetic forming and another forming processes. If you have any doubt regarding the this section, you can contact me on my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you.